This started. So, what's up, everybody? I am so excited and I am so grateful for the opportunity to be with you here today, guys. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Andrew, the Craft Beer Professionals Group, and the sponsors who making this conference possible. Guys, I can't stress enough how important it is this time for all of us, because I believe this is a great time for all of us to learn, to grow, to come together and find ways to push this industry forward and make it even better. And for those who don't know me, my name is Pedro Meneses, and I am the owner and the founder of the Marketing Brewing Company. And I am also the host of the Brewing Business Show. And I've been in the digital marketing space for several years already. But last year, my love for beer led me to discover that there were some challenges in the craft beer when it came to digital marketing and social media and all that kind of stuff, and other challenges that the industry was facing too. So that really inspired me to stop everything that I was doing and focus all my efforts into helping this industry, especially to adapt to the digital world that we live in now, right? And that's pretty much what we do in my company. We help breweries, bars, tap rooms, and other businesses to leverage the internet and social media so you can generate more sales and grow your brands online. And not only to get followers and likes and all that kind of stuff, those things are great things, but to actually turn those followers into real money, because that's why we're all here in business, right? To make money. But anyway, here's a picture of my family. Yes, the reason why I'm showing you a picture of my family is because according to statistics, you're more likely to pay attention to what I want to share with you today if I show you a picture of my family, because I really want your attention today, guys, because what I'm going to show you today is something that can change your life and it can change the way you do business, especially now that we are completely living in a digital world, right? So before we start, I just want you to know that what I'm about to teach you today, again, is something completely different from what you have learned before. And you might going to have some skepticism, and that's completely fine, okay? Because here's the thing. When we expose to new information, it is at the beginning, it's hard for us to understand, and that skepticism comes to our life. So you might gonna think, well, if this can work for my business, do I really have the time to do this? Or is this guy just trying to sell me some shit or something like that? How can I actually implement this when all I wanna do is make amazing beer, right? And using social media or selling beer online and all that kind of stuff? Yeah, man, I don't think so. You might gonna say those kind of things, but look, I get it, and I totally understand that, but here's the thing. Like anything else in life, business is always evolving, right? And in 2020, I think everything has changed in our lives, in our businesses, in the marketplace, in the consumers' behaviors, in the channels of distribution. Everything has been changed in roughly 6 months. So why are you not going to be open to a solution that can get you back in the game and that can actually help you adapt to these changes? Because here's the thing, the market is always evolving. And if you're not up to date with the strategies and techniques and technology that we have available to grow your business, you're just going to left behind. And that's the truth. I'm not trying to upset you, but that's the truth. And like Ralph Aldo says, methods are many, but principles are few. And the principles of business and marketing that I want to show you today are the same no matter in what industry you're in. The only thing that is changing, well, actually the principles are the same, but the methods are the only thing that are changing. But these are principles that have been years, and a lot of other industries use these principles, and they have built very successful businesses. So before we start, I'm gonna ask you, if you're watching this from a computer or whatever you're watching this, mute all the distractions. If you're taking notes, make sure you turn the page, start from a whole new page, because again, what I'm about to share with you, it will change the course of your business, and it's going to be crucial for you to understand all this and understand how it can benefit you and your business, and actually make your social media and your internet and your marketing efforts a very powerful machine that will help you take your business to the next level, okay? Because let's be honest, guys, we have to speak the truth. We're in a time where the entire industry has been flipped upside down due to COVID, right? And most of you haven't been able to have your tap room open for months. Maybe your sales have sunk, and it's been hard to adapt to all these new norms and all the things that we live in 2020, right? But if you're a visionary, as I am, I believe that we actually have a great opportunity ahead of us. And if you're paying attention, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I believe also the industry is finally catching up to the digital world. So what I'm going to teach you today is how to leverage your social media and the system So I'm going to give you my secrets pretty much, because I'm going to share you the system and the technology that we use to help our clients to retain more customers and grow their sales. The system I'm about to show you has helped me build my company, helped my wife to generate over $5 million in production in just her first 6 months in real estate, when the average real estate agent sells one home in their first year. She made a $5 million production in 6 months. And also have helped me and my clients, in different industries to grow their sales and have a very solid marketing campaign. So if you're ready to start, guys, raise your hand right there in the chat, okay? In your office, wherever you're watching, yes, raise your hand, drop a hand in the comments, like this live feed, and let's get started, because I know that we're living in crazy times, right? And one question you should be asking yourself right now is, how can I build a sustainable process to grow my business? Okay, how can I build, or how can I obtain resources and tools that can help me take my business to the next level? Okay, because here's the thing. When it comes to business, when it comes to sales, there's two sides of business when it comes to sales, okay? We have our acquisition and we have our retention. But unfortunately, most business owners focus solely on the acquisition part. And at the end, you end up burning resources, you end up burning time, your efforts trying to attract new customers. And this is actually one of the main reasons also why so many businesses fail, okay? Now, on the other side, we have the businesses that focus heavily on the retention part, okay? And they actually end up making more money per customer in the long run. So they believe in service more than selling. They believe in making customers so happy that they don't want to leave, okay? So you have to find the balance between these two. You need to find the balance between your acquisition and your retention, because here's the thing, guys. When you focus more of your effort on your retention, you're going to stress less over your acquisition. When you can keep current customers happy, right, it is easier to adapt new customers who can become customers for life as well. Would you agree with me? Well, when you don't work with those relationships, what happens is that, again, you're always in the hunt for replacement instead of being on the hunt for growth. And, like one of my mentors says, if you're not growing, if your business is not growing, it's dying. And that's just the reality. And I need to expose this truth, because you need to pay attention to what is important to stay in business and move forward and even to scale your business. Now, that's why it's important to understand all this, guys. And when you have a customer, for example, too, that is just walking into your brewery, let's say that it's a new customer walking into your tap room, here's a mistake or something that a lot of people don't understand. When somebody just walk into your business, right, it is the beginning of a new relationship. I mean, things that the relationship with your customer shouldn't just end right there, okay? So when you continue to add the value, when you continue to make these customers feel good, and you show them that appreciation for trusting you, it makes it hard for them to leave, right? So I want you to remember one thing, guys, okay? This is very important. Acquisition, is going to make you fast money, but retention is going to make you long money. So to find this balance, right, you need to create a system that will help you create new customers, of course, but also will help you retain your customers. And this is what I love to call a fine-tuned sales machine. So what are we going to cover today, guys? There's going to be 4 main points that I want to cover with you today. And the first one is going to be data. Okay, I'm going to explain you what's data and the purpose of this and why it's important for your brewery or for your business. Second, the other 3 points is part of this sales machine. This is the 3 pillars that you need in place to build your sales machine. The one is to understand who's your audience, okay, how to identify your audience so you can effectively communicate with them. They're going to show you how to write irresistible offers and how to entice people to buy more from you. And lastly, I'm going to show you a little bit of the technology and the things that you need to build this, what we call an online ecosystem that can help you collect that data or that information, right? And how to use it. And also, I'm going to explain you what is a sales funnel. We're going to break it down in 2 groups, and you're going to understand the whole process that will help you generate more sales and attract more people into your brewery. And like I said, at the end, you will see an example how all these 4 things work together and how to build this well-oiled income reproducing machine for your business. So, and there's going to be a Q&A. Let me see, there's some comments coming up already, but if not, guys, we can always have the Q&A at the end. But let's move forward with the first topic that I want to talk to you guys today. So what is data? Okay, before you knock me down, okay, Probably know what you're thinking right now. You're going to tell me, hey, man, we sell beer. We're not a tech company, right? In 2020, you have to understand that the most valuable resource for any business is a lead or a subscriber or a customer, whatever you want to call it, right? We're used to think as data as all these crazy tech stuff and things that we don't understand and all that kind of crap, right? But for this purpose, we are referring to data as the name, the phone number, or the email of someone you would like to do business with, okay? Or someone that you would like them to buy your beer, your products, or services. Because let's say that I sell you a book, right? And I have your email, I have your name, and I have your phone number. Because you bought that book from me, a month later, I can send you an email and say, hey, it seems like you're enjoying your book. Would you like to try our new reading glasses that will make your reading more comfortable and enjoyable? And then a month after, I can send you another email, right? With a new book recommendation based on your preferences and the information I know about you. And then I can do it again and again and again and start building that relationship and that trust with you. So now because I have your data, I'm able to sell you not only one time, but I'm being able to sell you several times. That makes sense? If you have any questions, again, at the end, I'm going to answer. But I hope this is making sense so far and why it's important. And it's changing the idea that you have about data, okay? So that's why, for example, when you go to the store, right, or when you go to buy online, what is the first thing these companies ask you for? Your data. They ask you for your email, they ask you for phone number, so they can keep you up to date with their deals, with their offers, and other products that you might be interested in, okay? So, by the way, that book example that I just gave you is actually a real story, you know? This is how Amazon became the first trillion-dollar company in the history of the world. I mean, just saying, you're not gonna, maybe your goal is not to be a trillion-dollar company, but maybe, I'm sure that you want to grow your business. That's why you're in business, no? But you might be asking, right? In the world, all this have to do with my brewery. So let me give you a little bit of history, okay? Before we move forward, so you can understand better why data is important regardless of the type or size of your business, okay? In 2017, The Economist made a publication explaining how data replaced oil as the most valuable resource in the world. And the reason why, guys, is because oil is not reusable, right? Once you burn it, that's it, it's gone. But data can be reusable, just like the book example that I just gave you, okay? Again, if I have your information, and then I sell you X, Y, Z, then I can use that resource to sell you more. That makes sense? So if you have a new customer who gave you his information in exchange of something of value, let's use that as an example, right? Then you have that resource, so you can send them a text message, for example, or you can send them an email. You can invite that person to your trivia nights or to your virtual tastings or become part of your mug club or sending him a VIP invitation for new releases. And there's plenty of ideas how you can use this information and this data for your benefit and to grow your sales. So what is important for you too now that you're a brewery, right? Well, it's 2020, right? You can have people in your tap room. You can have regular trivia nights. You can have regular karaoke nights, right? There's no more shelving space at the stores. We have all these restrictions that are complicating your sales process. And the traditional way to market to your customers are completely changing. Like, again, guys, in 2020, everything has changed, right? So you need to figure out a way to work within the system. And you need to figure out a way to get back in touch with your audience, acquire new customers, retain your customers, and find the way to communicate effectively so you can keep selling your products and services, not only once, but actually several times, okay? Now you see the difference, and that's why you need leads. That's why you need subscribers. That's why you need customers. That's why you need to build your database or your subscriber list, whatever you want to call it, right? That's up to you. Because here's the thing. When you're not able to keep consistent communication with your audience, you can build relationship or trust. And that's just how it is, right? Which is going to translate to fewer sales and frustration in your marketing efforts, okay? And by the way, before you try to knock me down again, there's nothing wrong, guys, to ask for people's information, okay? There's nothing wrong. Every company, every industry is doing it. As long, of course, you do it professionally and you protect their privacy, you're going to be good to go. Because, again, this is the most valuable resource you can have today as a business. So now that you have a better understanding of data, why you need leads, or in simple terms, why you need to build your subscriber list, what exactly do you need to collect this data and to build this sales machine that I'm talking to you about so you can see consistent results? What are the tools that you need to get more customers through the door? Well, I'm glad you asked, and that's the reason why I'm here, right? Now that you understand why it's important to build your list, there's three main pillars for building your modern sales machine, okay? And this will help you expand your customer base and turn also those likes and followers on social media into actually paying customers, which is the end goal, right? Because, like I always say to my clients, you cannot deposit like, comments, and followers, right? You need to convert those people into actual money so you can see growth in your company. So first, guys, in order to build this machine, I know you probably have heard this before plenty of time, but the reason why I think us marketers and even people here in the conference have talked about a lot of this, is about understanding who is your audience. I cannot stress you enough, and it is crazy to see how many people, not only the craft beer industry, guys, I have seen this across many industries, how many people don't understand who is their perfect customer. So I need to make a shocking statement right here, so don't get mad at me, but I just need to find a way to put this in your mind so you don't forget that everyone who drinks beer is not your ideal customer, okay? We know that great relationships are a big part of what makes a brewery successful, right? Would you agree with me? Okay, but what do you really know about who's your perfect customer? What do you really know about their hobbies? What do you really know about what they're passionate about? And what do you really know about how they identify with your brand, okay? To grow your sales, guys, you need to create great relationship with your customers, okay? To build a great relationship with your customers, you need to know exactly who that perfect customer is. Because if you don't know who's your perfect customer, you're not gonna create the right content on social media, because you're gonna start posting a bunch of crap out there that is not gonna speak directly to them. And that's the reason why so many people fail with their social media too, because for example, if your perfect customer is someone who likes baseball and you don't even know about that, right? But you start posting something that is not related to what they like, they're not going to pay attention to your content. They're not going to pay attention to your offers and the things that you have going on in your business. So you must create what we call a customer avatar, okay? A customer avatar is a detailed profile of your customer. It's not just your average buyer, okay? Your ideal customer is somebody you really want to sell to, okay? They're high spending, they're loyal, they're repeat customers, they're referral monsters, and probably they're going to be your biggest word of mouth marketing. So it is important that you narrow down who this perfect customer is, because when you know who is that perfect customer, then you're going to be able, again, like I said, to create the right content, and you will be able to keep them engaged on your social media. So they're going to create that familiarity with your brand. And when you know your perfect customer, okay, you're also going to be able to create offers that will entice them to buy more from you, that you will be able to speak directly to what they love or hate and turn them into paying clients. Again, if that's not your ultimate goal, I mean, why in the hell we're in business, right? Which takes me to my second part of this machine, which, by the way, if you haven't built a customer avatar before, you can go to the link in the slides, theperfectclient.marketingbrewingco.com. And I just put there a free form that you can download and go through this exercise. It doesn't have to be complicated, guys, okay? I mean, but the more specific you are, the better it's going to be. Like when I created my perfect customer, for example, it's like 4 pages of who that perfect customer is that I want to work with and do business with. So I will encourage you to take the time, answer the questions. So if you need a form, go there, perfectclient.marketingbrewingco.com, and feel free to download the form and use that for your to build your customer avatar, okay? Because now that you have a clear understanding why you need to know who's your perfect customer, the next step, or the second pillar for this machine, is you need to know how to write irresistible offers to sell more beer. Okay, here's the thing, man. If you're gonna use social media, you need an offer and you need a call to action, because your marketing strategy is not only about posting your pictures and your stories and your videos and getting all these likes and comments. Your marketing efforts needs to have the intention to grab all those people and get them into your brewery and buy from you, right? Would you agree with me? Raise a hand there in the comments if you agree with me. Now, you can just make a post, right? And I've seen this across many industries, but let's talk about the craft beer industry. I have seen this across many brewery pages, right? You cannot just write a post or pay for ads saying, hey guys, we're open today for online ordering, or I hope to see you later tonight. Cheers. No. That's not how it works, guys. You need to you need to create what we call irresistible offers. So what I'm going to show you and how you can do this is a very simple formula that I have used to help my clients write offers. This is the formula that I use to write my offers on my website, on my personal profile, on my Facebook group. And this is the formula that my wife uses too, my clients uses too, and people around my network uses. And it's a very simple formula, okay? It's gonna shock you how simple it is. So you ready to know the formula? You ready to know the formula of how you can write irresistible offers? Here we go. So the irresistible offer formula, it is how to get X without doing Y. Yeah, it is that simple. So let's put an example, right? Let's say that how to get X can be like, how can I hang out with my friends in the tap room and still be social responsible? Now that we live in a socially responsible world, right? So X being how can I hang out with my friends, and Y is how can I still be responsible with social distancing and keeping my distance and all that crap, right? Or can be something like, how can I still go and grab a beer, and make sure that I'm safe? So it is important that I use this formula to create these offers. And I'm gonna show you some examples, by the way, of some offers that we actually wrote for our clients and converted really well. Attract a lot of people to their business and to their online menu, to people to place orders online and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna show you two real examples right now. But remember the formula, how to get X without doing Y. And you will see the example, and it will make it more clear for you right now. So, for example, here we have the first one that it says, are you ready to come to grab a beer with us? As you will know, our state is moving into phase 2 of reopening. And here at the brewery, we are getting ready to welcome you with a cold beer, karaoke, and great food. Always following safety guidelines, strict sanitation protocols, and social distancing to keep you safe. We will be open at 50% capacity inside and 100% capacity in an outdoor area starting tomorrow, Friday. And here's what's coming this weekend in our hours of operation. Friday from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m., live music with XYC. Saturday, doors open at high noon till midnight. We're going to have food trucks and XYC, whatever, right? Come and join us for a great beer and a good time. And don't forget that you can also place an order ahead of time or for curbside pickup through our online menu. Just click on the link below and order now. Cheers. So I want you to look at this example, and it's pretty much a great example of the how to do X without doing Y, right? How I can go back to hang out with my friends at the tavern, but still be socially responsible, right? You're giving them that security that they're going to be safe if they come to see you and all that stuff. But the offer doesn't just end up there. We are also including a call to action. That this is one of the most important parts when you craft an offer that a lot of people miss. If you can see in this first example, we are inviting them to click in the link or in the bottom below so they can go ahead and place an order online. So we let them know what options they have and kind of like enticing them to take that action right away, place an order online or place an order ahead before they get to the bar or to the tap room, whatever the case may be, right? So I hope this is making sense, guys. I'm not being able to see. Let me see, because I can see the, what is it? I can see the comments here on my other screen coming from YouTube, I believe, but I cannot see the ones coming from Facebook. So I'm just gonna open my Facebook here, guys. So anyway, let's move to the second example. So this one says, hey, yes, you are only one day closer to spend another weekend at home. You're gonna need a beer or 6. It doesn't matter how many you need. We got you covered. We're slinging cans from 4 to 7 to 9 p.m. tonight. And the first 10 people to place an order online, we're giving you a 10% off your tab. Enter your information below to apply the 10% discount when you place an order. See you soon through the glass. So I want you to look here how we are enticing people to or asking people for their information, right? We're not being salesy. We're not being pushy. We're trying to make it fun, We're trying to make it fun and entertaining and tell them exactly what to do and give them something of value that in this case is a 10% off for the first people who place an order through the online menu. And if you can see, it's not saying like, you have to buy now and all that stuff. It's like, go place an order ahead, or just enter your information below. That way, the discount can apply at checkout when you finish to place your order. Something like that, So it's very simple. It's very enticing. It is not making you look salesy or pushy and all that kind of stuff. I hope this is making sense, guys. So anyway, let's move to the next one. So remember this. When you have the right audience and then you have the right offer, it's going to equal more sales. It is that simple. That's the formula, guys. Okay. Like so far, these are the two first pillars that we're covering. Your audience plus the right offer is going to equal more sales. Okay. So, and again, if you have questions about this, we can always talk in the Q&A, guys. I still don't see I don't know why I'm not seeing the questions coming in, but it doesn't matter. Let's keep going. So now that you have this understanding, why important it is for you to know how your customer, right, and why it's important to write irresistible offers. I hope everything is clear so far. If not, again, we're going to answer those questions later. But now moving forward, let's talk about the technology. And this is the most important part because I know that most of you guys probably already know who's your audience, right? You know how to write some offers. I just give you some other formula that you can use to make it simple for you to write offers and how to attract people and entice people to actually buy from you and why it's important for these two to work together so you can sell more beer. But let's talk about the technology, okay? Because right now we are in a year where I believe, again, the entire industry is accessing the digital world and the social media. And I know that a bunch of you guys, so almost the entire industry has been trying to adapt to social media and trying to understand how social media can benefit you to grow and expand your business, right? And I know it takes a little bit of time to understand how this, and it can be frustrating, right? But I want you to know that even that we talk a lot about in the group about creating the right content, like scheduling your content and make sure that you put the right message and all that kind of stuff. You also need a system, a cycle. That's what we call it, an ecosystem, right? That will keep your people inside your machine so they can keep buying more and more and more and more, and they can keep coming back more and more and more, okay? So keep in mind also that the more complicated you make this process for your customers to make a buying decision, the more sales you're going to lose. And that's something that I see a lot too, guys. Like the entire process is complicated, or probably I have seen ads, okay? Breweries that have paid for ads. I had to give money to Facebook to show an ad to a specific audience. And when you click in the ad, there's no specific steps. Probably the offer was to sign up for a mug club. And then when you click in the link, it will take you to like a store page where the first thing that you see is like buy a t-shirt. That's not a clear path, for your customers. And the reason why it's important for you to have a clear path, guys, is because, we are exposed to I think it's almost 30,000 pieces of advertisements on a daily basis. That doesn't mean that your efforts are bad, like you've probably been working and wondering like, fuck, why there's no more people coming and why there's no more people placing an order online and all that stuff. It's not your fault, The problem is that we as the consumers, we just have so many decisions to make on a daily basis. So if you're not consistently getting in front of them and building that communication and that trust and that relationship, the people that you want to do business with, or the customers that you want to bring into your tap room, they're not going to show up because it's going to be easy for them to forget you. You know what I mean? Like, just think put yourself in that position. How many decisions you have to make on a daily basis, right? How hard is to make a decision to buy something, right? You want to buy something online, and hell, you go and check another 5 websites, and then you end up with a fucking headache because you don't even know what to buy, right? Now you have so many options and everything gets confusing, right? So that's what is important, to have this clear path, like from the moment that you grab their attention on social media and walk them through those steps, right? To convert them into paying customers. And for this, we're going to use what we call a sales funnels, okay? And for those who are familiar with the sales funnel, I just want to let you know that a sales funnel is more than just the landing page or an offer or the opt-in. A sales funnel is an entire cycle. But before we get into the funnel, I just want to show you this. Again, you have to have a clear path, right? From the ad or for the piece of content that you're going to show your audience on your social media platforms or whatever you advertise in your tap room, walk them into an offer and walk them to the end of the process, that is to make a buying decision. If you don't have these things in place, people is not going to buy from you, okay? So let's talk about funnels, guys, because the funnel, this is the core systems that we use for my clients and for the other things that we do with my wife and other people that we work with. This is what we do. And like I said before, most of you might have an idea what is a sales funnel, okay? But like I said, it's just more than just a landing page and all that kind of stuff. But a sales funnel, again, is an entire cycle, okay? That we are going to divide in two groups so that way you can understand it better. So the first part of the funnel is what we call the top of the funnel or TOFU, okay? This is just your entry level and what most people have so far right now. They don't have the BOFU, but we're gonna talk there in a second. But the TOFU is basically just your entry level, right? Because the sales funnels, like I said before, start when you show your information to your audience, right? This can be your Facebook post, this can be an Instagram post or a paid ad on any of these platforms, or if you are promoting your brewery on Google, whatever it is to gather that interest and get them to provide their data and an opt-in for your offer, right? Now, you have to understand, this is very important, guys. Statistically, only 3% of the people who interact with your offer at a certain point will buy from you. So that means that the other 97% of your audience, you have to nurture them, okay? This is the reason why I'm telling you that the TOFU is just the entry level. There's only 3% of people who will convert right away. And the other 97%, you have to work with these people. You have to build those relationships. And here, it would actually, most people get frustrated too, because here where people lose money and they don't see the value in having a system in place or even a marketing campaign. Here's where you don't see the value of using social media. But understanding this will help you find the balance between that acquisition and that retention that we talked before, right? Here in the TOFU is where you're going to build your brand awareness, where you're going to wake the interest of your audience so they can consider your product, because before they're going to make a decision, they're going to consider your product first, and then eventually make the final decision to purchase from you. Again, if you're only focusing on the right now money on that acquisition part, you're missing 97% of the opportunities to make money, okay? And that's why when the bottom of the funnel comes to play, okay? In the bottom of the funnel, this is basically your solid follow-up system, right? That will convert most of these audience, most of this 97% into paying and of course repeating customers, because that's the end goal, right? So you're gonna have new customers, repeating customers all the time in your cycle, okay? So here's also where you're gonna build that know, like, and trust factors, because if you've been in sales for a while, you know that is something that is a principle that has been for decades, right? Like people only do business with people they like, they know, like, and trust. And here in the BOFU is where you're gonna build those three factors, right? So what is gonna be included in the bottom of your funnel? Well, here we're gonna have our text messaging campaigns, your email follow-ups, your newsletter, your mug club, and all those tools that allow you to keep communicating with your audience consistently. Here is where you're gonna start getting all those 5-star reviews on social media, right? Where you're gonna get referrals, where you're gonna reward also those raving fans and add more value to their lives and to everything they do, so you can retain them for longer, right? So now that you have a better idea of this process, okay, let's move on, and I will show you how everything works together, because right now we understand who's your audience, how to write offers in the system, where you're gonna use those two things to attract your perfect customer, right? So I'm gonna give you here an example. Don't lose your mind, okay? I'm gonna walk you step by step through this process so you can understand how this works. So the first step that we have here, guys, it is what I like to call our digital tap room, right? The digital tap room here is basically all your social media efforts, all the content that you're gonna create, all the ads that you're gonna launch, all the activity that you're gonna have on social media, and not only on social media, actually on site too, okay? Because you will see here in a moment how both things complement each other. So your digital tap room is gonna be all that content, all your marketing campaign, all your strategy, everything that you're gonna prepare to attract that perfect customer and make more money, right? So what we're gonna use in this example to communicate all those efforts, your social media, right? That's what we're talking about today. So in this case, let's talk about Facebook and Instagram. I believe that's the most powerful social medias that you can use today. I know some of you use Twitter. I don't think Twitter is that strong, but that's just my opinion. But just for the case of this example, we're gonna talk about Facebook and Instagram, right? So the goal is to all these efforts here in your digital tap room to be transmitted through these social media platforms to your perfect customer. Now you see why it's important to know who's that perfect customer? And there's two ways that we can do this. The first way, okay, we have your organic marketing, all the content that you do already, all your videos, or your posts, or your Facebook and Instagram stories, all that's pictures that you post. That's your organic content, right? And then we also have your paid advertisement, that if you're going to pay for some ads, maybe you want to drive traffic to a new online menu that you have in place, or whatever the case is, right? So these are going to be the two options that we have on social media, organic and paid traffic. The goal, it is that when you're going to create a post or you're going to run an ad, right, and you're going to put an offer like the one that I just showed you, like a couple offers that I showed you that we wrote for some of our customers, the whole goal is to drive this traffic, right, into a landing page, or that is part of the sales funnel, right? If you're not familiar with the landing page, we're going to answer those questions here in a minute. But again, the whole goal, you're going to make a post like the one that I just showed you in the previous slide, right? It says the offer, the call to action, go to this bottom, drop your information here, so you can apply the 10% discount, check out, whatever the case may be. So that way they can click, go in, see your entire offer and what you have to offer them, the value that you have for them, so they can give the information and, of course, make a buying decision, right? So for this example, we're going to have 3 different options, that you can create like several funnels for 3 different options. And the first one, since now we are in a digital world and most of you guys have been trying to leverage social media, right? Let's talk about the if you have a beer menu, for example, right? One of the goals, it can be like you drive this traffic to your sales funnel, they ask for this information, and you invite them to place an order online, right? They place the order online, as you can see in the example. They make the buying decision, they purchase from you, and then they pick it up either where you have curbside pickup or delivery, if you're allowed to do that in your state, whatever it is that you're allowed to do, right? Because I think everything is different in each state. Now, you can also do things in advance. The reason why we have the landing page connected here to our members area or your database or your subscriber list, here's your subscriber list, okay? It can be because, for example, let's say that you're going to have, October, right? Let's say that you're going to have a special party, Halloween party this month, right? But you can only have certain capacity of people in your tap room. You can easily make a Facebook post and say, hey guys, we're going to have a most amazing party, Halloween party of the year. 2020 has been a crazy year, but we're going to celebrate with you guys. But unfortunately, we only have a certain capacity that we can allow in our tap room at this moment. So if you want to be in our Halloween party, go to the link below, make sure you drop your information and reserve your space, because if you don't reserve your space, we're not going to be able to let you go in. So something like that, very simple. You see, you're not selling them, right? You're not asking them for money if you're afraid to ask like all the time making a buying decision, but you're asking them for that information, without having to make a buying decision. So they can enter the information, reserve their space for the party and all that stuff. And that is people that you keep adding to your database. And now, this one is one of my favorites, your tap room, right? A lot of people always ask me, but man, how we can, there's people that they don't see us on social media and all that kind of stuff, right? And I totally understand. I know that happens. So all your foot traffic, if you're able to be open at this point, one of the things that we use with some of our clients is QR codes. So what we do with these QR codes is like we place an offer in every table with a QR code, like a little piece of paper, whatever you want to do. Like if you want to go fancy, you can print cards and all that stuff. But it is something as simple as, hey guys, if you scan this code, you get 10% or 5% off your tap today, and make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. Like, yeah, if you just tell them, hey, you want to subscribe to my newsletter, scan here, probably is not going to take that offer, right? But you tell them, listen, you want to subscribe to our newsletter, scan this code, and just for subscribing today, we're going to give you a 5% off on your whole tap today. Something like that, So you can actually leverage different tools on your social media, on your tap room, so you can create that database. So until this point, guys, to the beer menu, to the tap room, all the traffic that you want to traffic, this is basically the top of the funnel, right? When, again, you have your content that you're creating, or if you're paying for ads, you're targeting your perfect customer, you're inviting them to take some action, to take you on an offer, to subscribe to the newsletter and all that stuff. And here is where you're collecting the data. Here's where you're collecting all that information. Here's where you're collecting the phone number, the email, and the text message. Again, guys, there's nothing wrong with ask for this information. Again, as long as you keep it professionally and you respect people's privacy, is completely fine. But now, here's where the things get fun, because now that you have your database, now you're gonna activate the bottom of your funnel, right? with the bottom of the funnel basically is going to be your email campaigns, right? This can be your weekly or monthly newsletter, whatever the case is or whatever you need. Again, if you know who's your audience, you're going to know exactly how often you're going to send them an email, so you don't become annoying to them, right? You can use retargeting ads. You can retarget lookalike people, on social media, people that probably haven't heard from you. And if you have all this information, you can put it on social media, and Facebook can help you target other people in different markets or in different communities in different parts of the city that are your perfect customer too. So you can attract people from everywhere, okay? Or you can also do text messages campaign. People love this now. And this is something that is getting very, very powerful. Like, you can ask people to subscribe to a text messages reminders, for example. Let's say that they love to go to your trivia nights on Wednesday or something, right? You can ask them, hey, we want to subscribe. We can send you reminders once a week about the events and all that kind of stuff. People's not going to say no, Like, if you come and tell me, hey, man, we see you here all the time. You would like me to send you some reminders or something. If you subscribe to our list, we're actually giving 5% off today if you subscribe to our email list. People is not going to say no. I'm not going to say no to you. Like, you're going to take 5% off my tab? Hell yeah. So those are ideas that you can use. And then my favorite one, it is sales funnels. Chatbots, okay? I don't know if you're familiar with chatbots, but this is something very powerful too. Now that you have that database, now you're collecting your people's information and you're building your subscriber list, chatbots is a very powerful tool to retarget your audience too, because literally everything stays inside the platform. You can send the reminders. You can even send your online menu through Facebook Messenger. There's so many things that you can do with these tools. But again, if you can see in this map that I built for you of a sales funnel or the modern sales machine, you can see how the whole purpose is that from the beginning of your funnel, right, all your content and all the things that you're going to do on social media is so you can bring all these people to create your database and then retarget these people, communicate with them, build that relationship, build that trust so they can like you and they can decide to do business with you. And eventually, so they can make more buying decisions with your brand, with your brewery, with your beer, whatever the case may be. Either way, is going back to your online menu or going back to your tap room, okay? So why is this important, guys? Because ordered online are up to 108%, okay? Over 42% of consumers are convinced that the way they shop has completely changed, and 90% of people who bought online said that most likely this will be their preferred method of buying moving forward. So remember, the three main things that you need. You have the right audience, and then we have the right message, plus the right system. It was going to build your modern sales machine. So that's all for today, guys. I don't know if we have any questions. Yeah, exactly, Evan. The basics, that's the most important thing, I believe. Without the basics, you cannot get good at something. So that's what I want to share with you guys is today. I don't know if there's some other question, guys. Even if you're watching this right now live or later, I'm always going to be checking the chat. Let's see here on, what is it called? StreamYard says, oh yeah, so that's very important. It says, but do you know how to direct to consumer with factoring how to make offers and then being careful in states don't allow to give discounts like free shipping when selling alcohol? Yeah, absolutely. Of course, like there's obviously ways that you can work this around, right? Like, for example, if you partner with a food truck or something, you can actually leverage them to give some kind of discount, like buy beer and get free food or something. Like, I know that there's different rules, but you can adapt this on social media. We actually have made promoted some discounts, that you don't necessarily have to tell people, hey, you're going to get free alcohol. So that way we don't get in trouble. So I will recommend you that even if you work for somebody with a marketing company, if you do this in-house, always go and check your laws, man, your state laws, because that's going to be very important for you to know what you're able to do. But there's always a way around, like we have figured out ways around. And this is not an industry that is very restricted on social media. Like, with my wife, that we have done this also for real estate, where you are very restricted, and we always have a way around, of course, without breaking the law, to find our perfect customer, to find the audience and the people that we want to do business with. Okay. And I don't know if there's more questions, guys, coming in. By the way, if you want to subscribe to my podcast, the Brewing Business Show, you can find it in Spotify, or you can find it in what is it called? Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and there's Google Podcasts, and there's like another 10 platforms that you can find. Also, you can join my Facebook group. I conduct some trainings there, more information about the things that we do. We do actually the podcast live in this group. If you want to watch it live with my guests, there's plenty of guests. There's 32 episodes so far with guests from different industries where you can learn different principles that you can apply to your business too. And also, if you want to learn more, guys, and want to get immediate access to the social media free training social media hacks training that we have, you can go to cbc.marketingbrewingco.com. And it's a short training, 5 videos. You will get 1 video every single day. And that will help you, some extra tricks, some little secrets that you can use on a daily basis on your Facebook for your content and all that kind of stuff. So it is for free, guys. So if you want to take advantage of that, make sure to go to cbc.marketingbrewingco.com. And I don't know if we have more questions. We've been here almost already 45 minutes. Let me see. Thanks, Bob. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, man. And I hope this actually brings value to your life. And I hope this can open your eyes to how beautiful the digital world is, and how all these tools can actually help us grow our businesses. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. This is exciting times, guys. I promise you. And there's plenty of good people here in the conference, and I really appreciate you taking the time for watching this. I really appreciate you taking the time for being here with me today. And if you have any questions about this, again, just reach out to me. The easiest way is just send me a DM, or I can send you my calendar link. That way we can schedule a call. I can walk you through whatever you need me to walk you through, or answer any questions when it comes to sales funnels, or building your perfect customer, or how to write irresistible offers. Like how I can help you with all of that. Just let me know, okay? Says our current market is less than 1,000 people year round. Not many are craft beer fans. What's the best way to get in front of a different market to help grow your sales? Well, it is depends. So I don't know where your traffic is coming from directly, but on social media, you can basically, there's a tool. If you go to, if you have a business manager, Facebook business manager, there's actually a tool. Again, your answer for you starts with like, who's that perfect customer? Like if that perfect customer is not in your area, what's the next city where you can find that perfect customer? Or actually how you can leverage these 1,000 people, like maybe this, you don't need, here's the thing, man. And this is a mistake that a lot of people made on social media. People think that you need to reach 500,000 people when you run an ad, that's like throwing a spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks, Like what I would recommend is to get very specific to who is that people that you want to target, because that way you can keep attracting 2, 3, 4, 5 times the same 1,000 people that visited you in a year round. But now if you want to target different audiences and you have their information, you have their data, or you know exactly how to find this on social media or on Facebook, then you can find, let's say you can run an ad to another specific communities and another specific areas in the city, or maybe the next city next to where you have your tap room and all that stuff. So we can find these people, it's just about getting specific to who we want to target and put the right message in front of them. So I hope that answered your question, man. But if not, just make sure you hit me up and I can explain a little bit longer, because I think I already passed my time. Yeah, it's been 48 minutes. Sorry, guys. It's supposed to be 45. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. Again, feel free to reach out if you need help, or if you have questions. I'm going to be here all day and for the next couple of days. If not, just add me on social media. Again, join my group. Make sure you follow my podcast so you can get more information from different people, experts, influencers, and big names out there that are coming to my show in the next couple of weeks. And don't forget to join the cbc.marketingbrewingco.com and get access to that free training. Thank you guys for your time, and I appreciate your attention. And keep working hard. Stay safe. And cheers. Later, guys. How we live this